Ooh,
I like it.
it's getting serious.
Golden
So
field.
Taku, you're on team three.
Yeah, and Richie, and
Hi.
we
Hi.
our name is Hidden Field.
Hidden
What
field.
is it?
Hidden Field.
Hidden fields,
Hidden fields. Okay.
like magnetic fields or fields of grass, or
Yeah, that makes sense now. Yeah. Oh,
And we are alien hippos. This is
alien hippos.
So how are the different aliens and groups meeting each other?
They're good.
Yeah, good.
So today is just a rehearsal, and what we thought we could start is just try it in the order of the chapters, and if things break down, or maybe it's just a mock-up, maybe it's a way you story, but this is an opportunity for us to kind of meet each other and kind of talk through what we think will happen and show whatever we have. So, Maxwell, do we want to? Oh, let me change your name. There you go. Okay. So is there, I think we have a representative from each team, right? Team one, who's from team one? One, two, yep. Team three. Team two? Yeah. Team three and team four. Yay. So we're also going to invite, before we begin, Aaron, who is one of our current technologists. So what we're looking to do is get a sense of what patterns we're trying to create, because that may also assist us in figuring out what technology could support us. So it's not, we don't have any ideas yet. He just wants to, he's just going to observe us. Hey, Aaron. There's Aaron. So he's going to observe us, maybe at the end have any questions if we have, but he's joining us just to see kind of the unseen technology forces of what could help tie all of our pieces together. So before we begin, I think let's all just take a moment of silence and just allow ourselves to come present and prepare ourselves for this wonderful celebration. And I will, what I've been practicing is I'm going to offer a little tone. So it's not just a chant, but this is just a tone for us all to tune into. And then I'll be quiet and we'll sit in silence for a moment. So let me just switch. Hey, oh, yeah, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, ah, oh, ah, oh, ah, Thank you. And now the Moon Children have arrived together. We've all come from our different places, and let's just jump into the experiment. I remind everyone that these are not complete. We're all just figuring out rehearsals and we're all learning from each other. So I'll turn it over to team one. And you can either mock up or show us, or if you have roles that you want us to play, that can also be done. But however, we can serve your experiment.
Dennis and Jasmine, how do you guys want to go about it?
I was wondering, the thought I had was for this experiment to keep it smaller. So if we could have like one or two volunteers to be a traveler, and then we'll use you in our experience.
Who wants to be a child traveler?
Anybody?
Well, I will be a traveler. I just didn't want to take the role. I feel like it'll be so fun, but I could be a traveler. I'll be one of the travelers.
Okay.
And Paulina, yeah? Okay.
Paulina and Krishna. Dennis, do you want me to be the narrator and set the stage, or should we just go into it?
Um, wanna, Go ahead and narrate.
Okay. Are you okay with that, Jasmine? Okay.
Is there a way to, before we start, is there a way that I can see the traveler so it'll make it easier for me to do my piece if I, right now I've got like the,
Yeah, I should be able to pin just the travelers. Do you want the travelers plus you and Jasmine, or how do you want?
yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, I should be able to do all of that.
You can control that for me?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're a genie.
I
And
tried to do the spotlight on us so that we could see the fireplace.
Ah, yes. Okay, so I add Paulina.
And I did put some music. I don't know if you, not music, but there's a fireplace.
I can hear it.
Yeah.
I heard
It's
it
really
too.
nice, Jasmine. I can hear it. Let me add.
It's pretty low, but we've got
Mhm.
a little fire going.
So Dennis, do you now see the five of us?
I just see
No.
you. I must be on the road.
Okay, hold on one second
Here.
then. Let me try this other. Okay. Try one. Now, wait, hold on. Let me add Paulina first. Now, Dennis, are you starting to see three or no?
I see three. I see
Okay.
me.
yeah,
Okay,
and
great.
two others.
Oh,
Yeah.
we're almost there.
On the
And
stage.
we need Jasmine, there she is.
Now you can see all five of us. Okay, great.
Okay.
So now we are entering in from our different locations.
Okay. All right. Get started then. So the setting is a mythical campfire at night. The moon children are seated around the campfire. The lighting is soft. The fireplace sound is playing in the background. The moon children are mostly quiet, communicating through their expressions and gestures. Travelers slowly emerge from the edge of the forest. Okay, so here's the crackling fire from, if you can hear it. And Dennis, you're next.
Did you hear that, Pebbles? Did you hear that, Daffodil? I think people are coming. I think we have new travelers coming. Let's go check it out. Where are they? I'll go find them. I'll be right back. Oh, hello, beautiful souls.
Hello.
Where have you come in from?
I'm coming from Santa Monica. Santa Monica in California right now.
And I'm from St. Petersburg.
Wow, you've come a long way and you've traveled different paths. My name is Pebbles. I'm one of the Moon Children. What brings you here tonight?
Hmm. I've been on an adventure and I got a little lost, but I was thought that if I come here, then maybe it would help me find my way.
A lot of souls have found their way here. I think you've come to the right place. What about you?
I was trying to understand how to embrace uncertainty, and that path led me here.
There's many paths of understanding lead to the portal. Come, follow me. There's others here that we can join.
Hi, I'm Jasmine, and I'm from Quebec.
Hi.
Hi, Jasmine. And who's that with you?
This is my puppy, Bote, who's presently very happy to see all the other dogs outside.
Oh, hello.
Hi, I'm Margarita, also known as Moonchild Poppy. I'm in the United States.
Hi, Margarita.
Hello. And Jasmine, cue the music.
Do you hear music playing?
Do you? I do. I do too. Oh, wow. Hey, I brought some notepads and pencils with me. I'm sharing with you guys. Maybe, you can doodle or write something or draw
Okay.
while we enjoy the music.
Yeah. Let me grab a pen. Paper.
How's everybody? I think it's time now. Let's walk towards the portal. Be sure to pause when you see the mirror. You will see your spirit animal reflected. Just before you step into the portal. And then the portal opens, and the moon children and travelers start moving towards it, each pausing at the mirror before stepping into the portal. The music fades. And we're now inside the portal.
Okay. Well, sorry, that's where it wraps or is there more?
That's it. Yeah,
Okay, great. So,
sorry.
no. We don't need to apologize. So I think
It's still a little rough.
yeah. It's a rehearsal. You're getting
Yeah.
the structure. So let me put in now. Let's undo. Let's go back to the group. And for our second step, I have the link for the portal. Did I get? Okay. Are we back to the group? Everyone sees everyone? Great. So
Yes.
we, I think, are looking for one volunteer for our portal, because we're also testing it out. Who would like to be our guest? Or sorry, traveler. Okay, Jasmine. So I'm going to put in the chat the link. Everyone else, I'm going to share my screen so you don't need to click on the link. It's just for Jasmine. And I think, Jasmine, you need to put your name. I'll just talk once you clicked on the link. Let me know where you're in and I'll tell you where you need to do.
I'm allowing my camera.
Okay, great. So if you go to the left side, there should be hold on one second. Let me type my name in first.
Ritual guest. I guess I have to put my name there.
You can put whatever name. You can make up a name. It's your traveler's name.
Okay, I like Jasmine.
Great.
And then I join.
You're going to join. Yep. And I need to. Three. Okay. So, Maxwell, did you also jump in as well? If you can click on the link, and then you should also be able to jump in, and then I'll share the screen so everyone can see us inside the portal. Uh, Now you can go to enter the ritual view, Jasmine. Or actually, pick which animal did you pick? You need to pick a rehearsal creature on the side.
Oh, I didn't pick anything.
Okay.
Back.
No, that's fine. You stay the dog, fox. I'll become a dog.
Oh. And it says, let the animal notice the world.
Yes.
Move slowly until you recognize yourself.
So basically, let me show now everyone they can see. So what we've been doing is this. Here's where R is. We've Okay, so we've jumped in the portal, and as you can see, I have now become a dog, and it's talking with my mouth. And Jasmine, you are the fox. Can you try moving your...
I'm in witness. Become still while others, if I go
Oh,
on.
you need to
So
go.
let the animal notice the world is where I'm at right now.
Okay, so if you go back to the previous screen, there's a button that says awaken the camera.
Yeah, I clicked on it a few times
Okay, because
and
it
nothing
sounds like your camera's
happened.
gone off. What does it say now?
Awaken the camera,
Okay,
and I see a fox at the bottom,
okay. So now join the ritual view and you should be able to join us.
and then it says enter the ritual view, and then it says let the animal notice the world. Move slowly until it recognizes you.
I don't think I see you
When
as
does the
a fox.
creature stop feeling like an image? I'm moving. Should I remove my background maybe?
No, okay, check my screen. Okay, hold on. You guys, we're still figuring out the technology here of how to fez, so bear with us as we set this up. Um,
Oh, wait. Am I starting to move? No.
I don't see you as a fox yet. Oh,
Yeah.
look, we got Kensuke. Well, you know what? Why don't we? Okay, I'll let everyone play. Why don't we let everyone play for a second? Why don't everyone join the link? If
Yeah.
you all join the link, we might as well have lots of animals. Maybe we'll break it, but let's try it. And the main thing to do is before you join the ritual view, let me go back to exit ritual view. So at the
Camera unavailable.
Oh, okay, so that's why it's not working. If everyone look at the shared screen first before you jump in, and there's something here at the top that says "Awaken with the camera."
Yeah.
And over here on the left, you can choose between four characters. We have a fox, a dog, an ox, and an owl. So everyone can choose which one they want. Below it, you put your name, so we'll know which one you are. And then you can actually join our little view here. So that shows us all the different options we have here. So whoever wants to jump in can, well, we might break it, but we might as well see how many people we can get in. Okay, and now I'm
Get
gonna go.
this message. If you look in the chat, Kristen, you're going to see I get this message. Or maybe Aaron should look at this message. It's telling me it's a tech thing. Camera unavailable, even if I click awaken.
Oh, okay. So then I don't think then I don't think you'll be able to do it, Jasmine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the link, please?
Okay, let me put it in the
In the
chat
chat.
again. Wait, I have to give everyone
Oh,
else the
okay.
link, Aaron.
I see it now.
Does everyone see it? Who wants to join us?
I
Oops.
don't understand how to become a fox. Awaken the camera. Okay.
Yeah, if you awaken the camera, then your dog, like the way that my dog is talking, you should get an animal that should talk like you. On the left side, you put your name, and then you hit. Obviously, we have not figured out how to get everyone in an easy way. We're just happy that we were able to even figure this out. I was like trying to vibe code everything in the last
There's
2
none.
minutes.
There's
Wow.
nothing. Maxwell was sleeping. Now he's awake. Guys, come on up here. Come this way. Up here.
All right, so let's Maxwell. If you click on the top button on the right, it should make you the Mirrorwood avatar.
Hello, Mirrorwood. You look like a
Okay.
potato.
Sorry, guys. Hold on 1 second. Let me explain it to him. Aaron, hold on.
What? No, I don't. I don't want to hold on. I'm so excited. Guys. Guys, there's animals over here in the background. Hello, are you my friend? Hey, where you going, Mirrorwood? Come back. Oh, there you are. Hi. Hi, where
All
you
right.
going? Where you
So
going?
now whoever's here, let's start with
Where you
whoever's
going?
available.
Where you going? Where you
Aaron,
going?
please pause for a sec,
Oh.
because I can't even say anything.
Okay, fine.
All
Who
right.
is that speaking?
It's Aaron speaking. Okay, so all of us animals, we've shown up in the Mirrorwood, and now you can see that there is a Mirrorwood walking around. Can people see the Mirrorwood walking around? So the idea
Yes.
is that we're trying to get to the Mirrorwood, but the Mirrorwood keeps chasing us no matter what we do. Oh, sorry, running away from us. I'm trying to run, but the Mirrorwood won't sit still. Can anyone else get to the Mirrorwood? Motoko, can you move your fox and find the Mirrorwood?
Like,
The arrow keys should allow you to move your animal around.
Arrow key.
Yeah,
Okay.
arrow keys.
Ah,
oh,
There.
Is
You,
it?
oh,
Oh,
now
yeah.
everyone's moving around. There we go. Move your arrow keys.
oh,
And if you move your head, it should move your head. But the forest won't sit still. Does anyone have any ideas of what we could do to enter into the forest? Every time I keep chasing it, keeps running away.
Maybe it wants a snack.
Oh, okay.
Does anyone have any food?
어떻게 왠지.
my owl does not talk.
Listen. Listen.
보인다.
Oh,
Listen.
Guys, maybe if we surround it. I'll go
Listen.
to the left.
all right. Well, I want to listen. Maybe I'll stop chasing it.
Listen. Listen.
What was that?
The forest speaks.
Did you guys hear something?
Yes.
Yes?
To open Mirrorwood, animals must come together.
Oh. Well, okay.
The animals must come together.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to
The
where Maria is.
animals must come together. Yes. Yay.
Yay. Okay, so I realized that in this process I did it backwards because we were supposed to all be humans first. And then the forest was going to tell us all to get together, and then we would become animals. So, in my
Oh.
excitement to explain it to you all, I turned everyone into an animal first. So, I completely did the rehearsal backwards, everybody. But we know it works. So, this is how much we figured out. That so the idea is that everyone, if you click to your top left and be on the become an animal, we should be able to see your face. Can anyone else test it? Yes, there's Maxwell.
But how do you get your animal to move its mouth?
Oh, it should
Yeah.
automatically move if
Okay.
in the previous one, if you awaken your camera. So,
Oh,
so yeah. Oh, see, like I say, Motoko's is working now. And the hands are going to be next. We're working on the hands so that when you move your arms, the arms will move too. So well, the idea is that we'll all come to the forest at the end of chapter one. And then every time we try to go to the portal or the front, the Mirrorwood keeps running away. And until we all gather together because we can't chase after it, then we'll listen to something, there'll be a message. And when we do, then we all become animals. So that's a very confusing rehearsal, but I hope you guys understand that this is what we're trying to figure out. And now we will pass it to the next chapter, chapter 3. So let's all go back. I'm going to stop sharing. Thank you guys.
that was fun.
We want to make it so that actually, I don't know if we'll get there, but we want to make it so that it will do your head, body, and hands. So then you can actually, play with the other animals and actually be able to move, which we think we should be able to do, but we're still working on it. So that's our next step. So chapter 3. Who is the chapter 3? Is that team?
Yes, Hidden Fields.
Great, Hidden
Uh,
Fields. So who shall I spotlight? And how many volunteers do you need for your test?
Oops. Well, Tara was going to be the one doing a guided meditation.
Oh,
Are
she
you
just sent a
able?
message. What did she say?
Um, she just sent a message?
Oh, no, sorry. She sent it half an hour ago.
She was just asking how it went. We have a recording of a guided meditation.
Okay.
So basically, we're going to be our portion is the part where the animals try to help the wounded forest, and by doing so, in their efforts, they make things worse and awaken the origami. So,
Do you
um,
want, if you want to still use my chaotic link, you can, but where people are moving around. I don't know if that's helpful. We can.
I
Otherwise,
don't know anything about it, so
great.
I
So
gotta how to work it. Um, so the idea was we were gonna have her be guiding everyone in a meditation, and throughout we're going to be having prompts for the crane, the raccoon, and the wolf, I believe. Um, and people will be filling in prompts of what they would be doing to help, improve things in the forest for each animal. And as a and that'll just be throughout for three
so
animals.
you need 3 animals, is that right? Or do you want to role play any of the animals?
It would really be just for everybody that wants to participate to be writing in the chat.
Okay.
We could do it. We hadn't really decided on choosing 3 animals. We thought we would be
Well,
like
that's what
three.
I'm saying. You can do it as yourselves, or you can, that's why I'm asking. We can do it as a mock-up where you just show us what the different steps are. Or if you want to test it with someone brand new, we can invite someone as well. However you wish to run the test, whatever easier for you to get more information. What do you feel, Rich?
Um, well, I guess it doesn't really matter at this point. Like who, if people want to chat, type into the chat different actions. What we need is the recording, and um, that I don't have pulled up. I was trying to figure out my end of it, which is my cymatics,
Uh-huh.
which would be basically I wasn't able to figure this out with the camera and setup, but I was going to try to capture the water dish. You know my
Mhm.
cymatics dish. Most people probably don't, but it's wave interference patterns that we were going to use to represent relative harmony in the forest. And as each animal and each round of people putting into the chat what they would do to help improve the forest in some way as their animal. I would be adjusting the frequency slightly in the cymatics, changing the patterns and the amplitude, turning it up a little bit, which starts to make the patterns more chaotic. And at the end of the third animal, I would turn it up, I would crank it, and
Okay.
then the water will, get very chaotic and explode, which really feels like, an awakening of the origami, like the balance is lost. Um, then at that point, we would just have an ending moment where we acknowledge, oh, we've done some damage here.
So
Look at,
can I propose a way that we might be able to do it?
sure.
So why don't we have three people and they can start typing in things into the chat about what they're doing for the forest. And are you able to use your camera and show us the cymatics?
Yeah, I have to turn. It's not going quite as I had hoped. The camera I used, I thought I was going to be able to do HDMI, um, or take a USB into my computer and capture with OBS, and then have that full screen in as my image here. But the camera doesn't want to do that.
Well, what about just
Have a
using the
technical problem.
camera from your computer and
Yeah,
just
yeah. That is what I'm going to do.
Okay,
So it's going to be
great. So
really
I'm gonna
like kind of
make your the
sloppy.
spotlight for everybody so they
Right.
can see that.
Okay.
And who else is in your group that's here?
Uh, Hold on. Ken, is that
Yeah.
So
I think so. Speak up just.
where is he?
Ken
Yeah,
did
okay. Are you able to play the Tara's recording, Ken? And for us to hear it? Because her original draft was pretty good.
Okay. I wonder whether, I think in the future, to make note, we should have the closed captioning so that we can have easy translation.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Because we did have that set up, but I'm not sure how to get that to work right now.
Let me see. So, oh, I can save it. Okay, so I have
Kensuke,
her recording.
I could save it.
in the
Okay,
in,
so I have her recording.
in the button at the bottom, do you have a voice translator button? If you hit more, that it says voice translator?
Yeah, it's I already use
You're using
I
it.
can I
Perfect.
can
Yeah,
translation.
I already used that.
Okay. So I'm curious, do you have then Tara's recording that you can play?
I have it pulled up in WhatsApp. Um, I'm gonna play the beginning of it. Let me know if you can hear it.
Oh,
Well,
I can take care.
Yeah?
I
Oh,
can
perfect.
yeah.
That's awesome.
Okay, I do.
okay, so Taco-san, then if you just hit the share button and make sure um I think if I hit share the top right, it gives advanced, and then you can share your sound. And so then if you share your sound, then everyone should be able to hear it well. Let me know if you're having trouble, Taco-san, and I can lead you through the steps.
For this part of the story, we ask that you change your name to the animal you most intuitively identify with. The crane, an artist. You love making things more beautiful, poetic, whimsical, and creatively expansive. The raccoon, a maker, developer, engineer. You love building things, figuring out how things work, tinkering, creating efficient shortcuts and hacks. Or the wolf, a social gatherer, community organizer, host. You love bringing people together, being the social planner, hosting events, encouraging dialogue, exchange, and play. You, as individuals, frequently draw upon these gifts to solve problems and come up with solutions. Your animal is an embodiment of these characteristics. You will carry them with you proudly into the Mirrorwood Forest. Now please take a moment to choose your role and change your name to crane, raccoon, or wolf. You may only choose one. Whatever you most immediately identify with is right. Imagine you are
Head off.
Okay.
Dr. San, is there more to the meditation? Or, I mean, the guided?
Imagine you
Oh.
are walking through the forest, surrounded by trees and moss and streams. It is quiet and still. Now go with me on this. Imagine this forest is inside your body. To connect the forest inside your body, place your hand above your belly button, right beneath your solar plexus. Feel your hand move gently with your body as you breathe, in and out. Now let's imagine that underneath your hand, floating in the cavernous grotto of your belly, is a reflecting pool. And in its reflection is an exact replica of the forest. The moss, the trees, the streams, all inside of you. It is quiet and still. And here is where nothing happens. It is too still. It is too quiet. It feels odd. Something is wrong. You begin to wonder why you are here. Is this a test? Clearly, you've been brought here for a reason. You know instinctively that the forest is in trouble. But how can you be the one to help? Your breath shortens, the movement of your belly stops. A feeling of unease settles in. A sense of anxiousness and urgency rises up from your gut. It's a familiar feeling. It reminds you of all the things that you feel helpless about, that you wish you could control. That particular knot in your stomach that arises when you feel pressured to perform, to succeed, to provide. You must do something. You can't just be still. The quiet is uncomfortable. It's dark. There must be something to fix, something to do. What will people think if you come back with nothing to show? What will people say if you are not able to solve the problem? There's other people here who have begun this quest with you, but surely you are the one with the ultimate solution. You must prove yourself. So you decide to get to work even though you're not even exactly sure what the problem is. Cranes. In the language you choose, type into the chat all the ways that you as an artist can bring more life into the forest. Clearly that's what it needs. Raccoons. In the language you choose, type into the chat all the ways that you, as a maker and an engineer, can bring more innovation into the forest. And wolves, in the language you choose, type into the chat all the ways that you, as an organizer and community builder, can bring more community into the forest, because clearly that's what it needs. As you send your ideas into the chat, notice how the forest responds. Is there a sense of equilibrium or chaos? Once you have begun, you will have 3 minutes.
We thought this part could maybe be 1 minute.
For this part of the
Was that the end of the recording, Taku?
Yes.
Okay.
That's
So
So
I feel
Rich,
like
I can read these out loud and that way if you want to then to simulate as if they're coming in, and then
Yeah.
you want to show the visual change, does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, we could do that. My options are basically like to. Well, the idea was as these things come in, I would just increase the
Okay.
amplitude, which creates more chaos. So you could do that if you'd like to.
No.
And
I was just
we're definitely
playing
open to
around.
feedback on the format. But yeah, if you'd like to, I'll just
Well, maybe
here's
I'll turn it like this. I'll turn it to an invitation.
okay.
Everyone can either speak, write, or do both. Doesn't have to be in English. It can be in Japanese as well. But let's all try to save this forest. Let's spend next few seconds, 15 seconds, and try to save the forest. Everyone contribute however you wish, and let's see what happens to the forest. So I am running in and doing it first to make sure everyone feels comfortable and make sure that they have space to do what's happening. So that's how I'm coming to the forest as a crane and dancing to make sure that it's all okay for everybody to play.
So Oof want to make a community to invite everyone. So Oof to make the rule for the ritual, for the greeting, and the setup environment for safety.
Because I'm raccoon, I try to purify things. So I'm washing various things in the natures.
It's breaking a pattern. So origami merged.
Uh-oh, the origami has appeared.
It's a chaos. It's
Wow.
an
So yeah.
All right. Thank you so much.
And then there would be a final sentence of a recognition of having been responsible for the harm being done, which is kind of how our chapter ends up. All right, this is good to kind of run through it and see
That's the idea. We're just
much
everyone to
more.
get a big, we're cutting a big shape just so everyone
Yep.
can get a big feeling for their experience. So I will unpin. I'm with
Cool.
the technology. Great job. Next, and now we're in the final chapter, chapter 4. So, how many people? Who should I spotlight? How can I adjust the screen for chapter 4? By the way, everyone, look at what Rich's setup is. That's how he's creating the whole thing just because here, I'll make it big because it's so fascinating. I've been to his house. And so I've seen it. It's like this huge contraption, and the vibration is coming, the music through the water, and it creates all those beautiful patterns. And then he projects it on the screen. So we're actually watching real water through the real vibration. And so it would be amazing when everyone gets to say their contributions, we can actually see how the water vibrates and projects. So
Wow.
there's a real beauty to what we're doing here. I know that in the rehearsal it's hard to see, so I just want to make sure that people know what's going on behind the scenes because each of us have been doing so much work, but it's hard to show it all here in the rehearsals. But it's just a rehearsal. We have time. All right. I will stop and
Yeah,
go.
we also want to design
a space in a sanctuary if we feel that we can. Like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, to bring the idea the machine and also to project this type.
So when each comes up, you're seeing their reflection on the wall behind them or something or in front of them?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, okay. Very cool. Okay. And chapter 4. Who's that's team 3, right?
Is it us?
I think so. I think oh,
Two?
team 2. Sorry, team 2. Yes, but that's chapter 4.
Okay. Um, how shall we go about this? Because we've been discussing how to kind of do this in Fuji Sanctuary,
Yeah.
actually, not something online. So we have a story, and we've been discussing how to kind of do all the lighting and how to move through the forest and we have chosen a space in Fuji Sanctuary where there's a big enoki tree. And yeah, so how, how
Should we
should we
put a
do it?
picture of show the
We can show
picture?
the mind map.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not final.
No, this is just a rehearsal.
Sure.
We're all just
Yeah.
showing where we're at, everybody. That's it.
Yeah, so let me see.
Can you share?
Yeah, I will. Just a sec. Okay. that's the right page. So what is it okay if I start?
Yeah, please, please, please.
So what we were trying to do to understand the story itself, to work with the plot and with where it leads us. And this the our part, our quest is about um, um, how to well we talked about the Wu Wei. It's Chinese as I understand the theory of Tao. When you are there is no literal mm, I forgot all the English like just one second. There's you cannot say like exactly how what it means in Japanese or in Chinese, but it's something like without forcing. And in the quest, our characters they are force Aragami to change to become better. Um, so what we decided that we actually worked with a map and we tried to understand as a participants what we want to see and how do we want to feel. So we start. You can see the green lines. This is a forest here, and the red one, the red line is this is our way. This is the main tree, which we will see in the end. So the participants are coming from the side and they see a forest and there is a projection mapping on the leaves of the forest. And because in the projection you cannot see the black, so we do not see origami, so we use different colors, maybe red, but each participant have a white flashlight. Because when you um, where is on all the English words? Okay.
It seems so.
Yeah, when you use a flashlight on a projection mapping, you doesn't see a projections because it's the light. It's cancel each other. So when you see, for example, if the flashlights are very bright and they has to be white because of the Motoko san, please help me.
The sensor. Uh-huh.
About the white color.
Oh, what the color? Yeah. So yeah, we want the cranes to kind of paint try to paint, put more paint on the projection mapping by the white light, but it cancels,
Yeah.
the projection mapping. So it's like a failed, one way of expressing the failed fight.
Yeah, but the white color is very special for the Fuji Sanctuary. So we use it as a white force, I think, as well. And also we have this three stations here. This is three attempts of our participants, and we actually thought that they could be anyone they want, like a I don't know the right word, diamond, daimonium. Yes, do you understand what I'm talking about? So we can
A
be
demon?
Not exactly a demon. It's like
not a
the
demon, daemon.
diamond is like a spirit. It's like a spirit that represents often in an animal. It doesn't have to be in an animal, but it's a spirit representation. I think it's not it doesn't have this, it's not the same connotation
Yeah.
as a demon. It's just more of like an essence that takes on a form.
Yeah, it's also from Socrates. I think it was intuition and inner genius.
Genius,
So
yeah, genius too. They thought of these
yeah,
as like spirits that would come and visit us for
yeah.
transformation. That's how they viewed that those types of things were some sort of like unseen force that was moving through humans.
Yeah, so we thought that we are, and there is a theory that before you peak puberty, the demon can change. He can be like whatever animal or bird as you wish. Then you hit the puberty and it's fixes with the one particular animal or bird or fish. I don't know. So was the idea that we can be like children, whichever we want, whoever they want, we want. So there's the task 1, 2, 3, and we go through the forest, and it's a real place, of course, and I can show you the where it went. Okay, this is the picture of the Fuji Sanctuary, and it's kind of a portal, kind of a tunnel. So we thought it could work very well. And also, we found this very interesting preference where the light is actually here is it's on a drone, but we can do it on a rope and put it in the tunnel. We will use the red light because for us we can show origami is strong, as aggressive at first, and I think in the evening it would be very nice. So this is the real picture. This is not AI. This is just the light at the night coming from the drone with the light itself. And we want to do this part there because the origami is luring us into the forest, into the darkness. So we need that push to follow him. This one, for example. And we go, this is the storyline. So we try, for example, we use movement force. We use color force. We can add more colors to the projection mapping in the beginning of the forest. And it can be very colorful and beautiful, but origami changes them into ants and spiders and not that pretty colors. Then we can use movement as a force, participant stomping and forcefully movement, and we have lidar or Kinect, which reflects on the lightning, on the lights in the forest. You can see the red dots. This is the lights, and they are flashing lights. And the red one. So because we want to feel this spirit, not like know, but feel with our eyes, with ears, and then with a body. And the last one is a microphone where you can say anything, and it can become a music, like the rhythm, and it can change and overlap and distort. And then when the origami is at the peak of his not accepting us, we want to use the huge fans. So because the spirit always come with the wind, you can understand if the wind is strong, you can understand what is the spirit. Is he agreeing with you, or is it came to punish you or give you a lesson? So in Japanese animation, in a lot of stories about spirits, there is always the wind. So we decided that we want to have a huge fan that will at once when his origami is very awful, become very awful, we can turn it up and feel the wind through our body, so the spirit goes through us. Then we hear these words that was given us in the story, and there is a blackout, and somewhere there, not so far, we see how red came into the tree, into this beautiful tree that the Fuji Sanctuary have, and then it vanishes. We see only small white lights around the tree. And we understand that, as participants, we understand that we need to sit around and be silent and to listen. And we're sitting around, and there is two parts in the story that struck us that we need to find actually the real object in the forest that we can hold. And also, each participant, when we sitting around the tree, we will have the Motoko-san, please help me with this word. I forgot. I keep forgetting it.
The
What's
sensor? We will
sensor?
have a
Yeah.
sensor around.
That's a meme already about me that I forget this word. So each of the participants will have sensors, and we can measure coherence. Motoko-san, can you please tell about coherence?
Oh, yes. So when we experience the blackout, we kind of, tune into the nature first by touching the stone, the leaves. And then we cue everyone with the white light, asking people to tune into our own heartbeats. And from there, we breathe in 5 seconds and breathe out 5 seconds. And we kind of, with the guide of the white light, we breathe in and breathe out. And we eventually see the, white torus around us, which represents coherence. And then we eventually see the lights coming together to, to see the social coherence, the group coherence. And then eventually we see the tree itself pulsing, with the white light in response to our coherence. And finally, we breathe, we become one with the tree and with the aragami. So that is the, then we see the white light responding to each other. And finally, the white light covers everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that depicts the healing of this origami.
We actually tried the Coherence app. And Motoko-san guided us through the meditation, and we saw the different numbers, individual, group, and world. So we decided that we can connect this number to the light of the tree through projection mapping from 4 sides. Yeah, we did not we didn't restrict our minds yet with how to solve it like in real life. So each member have a bracelet or something in one hand. Each one have object, and we breathe together, and the light comes up to the tree because of our numbers through this coherence app. We also did I also did the test with my tree. I'll show you right now. This is just a projection without coherence. Wait just a sec. Yeah, do you see it? This is the tree. This is my home tree. Yeah, thanks. This is my installation from another project above the forest, actually. And this is the projections. They moved a bit, and there is This is a tree. It's with another video content, but we can add to that, and we can do stuff like that. For example, without blue color at all, just white. Something like that. But it will all will go up, of course, from the roots to the sky. The end.
Yay, thank you. All right, everyone, let's take just a deep breath in and exhale. Take another deep breath in and exhale. And I just want us to consider all the work that everyone has done and brought here, and all the different backgrounds from different parts of the world, different disciplines. We each have a different understanding. And the fact that we've all come here and collaborated in ways that none of us could imagine, I think is a great celebration. And I just want to take that moment of that feeling of all the different countries and disciplines, different ways of thinking, the different ways of seeing, the different ways of listening. And we're all contributing it to this big soup, this big pot. And we're all bringing our ingredients, and none of us really know what it's going to taste like. But because each step is done with care and love and intention, there's no doubt in my mind that whatever comes out will have that feeling. And that form we're here to discover together. So I know that it looks like we're in 4 or 5 different universes here, and that's how it starts. And I think through this process, we're going to start seeing where we can come to that shared understanding. So I'd like to end today where we can go to each person and say one event or moment that inspired you, that you felt, wow, surprised you. And so that we can all leave with this sense of celebration and inspiration, and with that question of, okay, like that wonder, if we all leave with that wonder of what's going to happen next, how's this all going to come together with this many people and this much clear intention, it's going to surprise all of us. So I'll start to model it. And I would say the moment that comes to mind right now is Dennis's Pebbles, the way that he brought in and invited it with sense of joy and play and asked us to come in and be like, come in, moon children. I really felt like I went to a different world. And your feeling, Dennis, that you offered, I think it painted the space with that sense of a moon child. And so to know what that feels like, I'm really grateful for today. So that's the part that sticks out in my mind today, and I just throw that as an ingredient. I'll just go around the room if people don't care. It's just some random order, so that way everyone, and just pick whatever pops into your head first, whatever is the inspiration. So, Jasmine, would you share what pops into your head? A moment of inspiration for you or play.
Well, I just can't get that tree out of my head. I mean, the tree, it was just kind of like so I'm just gonna say an awe moment
Oh.
on the tree. Well, that's what I got, Krishnan.
Great. That's wonderful. We're just throwing these energies back so it gets feeds through all of us. Karo-san, what's a moment for you?
I I felt like the connection with each like a stories, and especially like a Richardson, like created like with the water and sounds, and then what we
Oh, Karu-san, it looks like you've paused. Give it another moment. Come back. Okay. I'll go back to her to Karu-san. I think we'll let her video come back. Next on my list, Dennis, would you share a moment that
Um, the it was the opening. The resonant sound that you created, Krishnan, was like that's what anchored me in for the whole experience. There were lots of beautiful things throughout, but like when you say like what comes up, that's what comes up. It's like the draw and the space that you created through your voice. So I appreciate that opening.
thank you.
Really reverent.
Taku-san?
Yeah, I was surprised, but because we team three choose water as a representative representing Aragami, and team two choosing the wind to feel the Aragami. So it's all comes from the nature element, and that makes me that fit me feel yeah because Aragami is from the nature, so it's really fit me. Thank you.
Thank you. Kensuke.
Oh, I'm so inspired by the everyone's attitude and the motivation, and also a lot of type of the expression, like the skits, the interactive, the web, and like the interactive media art, and also like the projection mapping. So yeah, diverse approaches and also everyone's motivations to contribute this project. I'm so inspired.
Yeah. Mina-san.
はい、今日は同じ場をみんなで共有して、命、生き生きワクワクと表現しているエネルギーがすごくこれから一つの物語を作っていくのが楽しみでした。ちょっと待ってくださいね。あ、英語にできなかった。
Ah, okay. We have to. Okay, so there was a glitch in the translation app, so I'll translate. So Mina-san was saying that how we came together and we collaborated. So the energy of collaboration itself was very inspiring. そんな感じいいですかね。皆さん。
Thank you, Mina-san. And Motoko-san, you're next on in the list.
Okay, so very inspiring. Yes, yeah, I didn't think that the origami that Team 3 created was from water, so that was the all moment. And yeah, like Taku-san was saying, we're trying to bring all the elements of nature into this experience, including the animals. I love the animals as well. Their facial expressions are cute. And yeah, and when we were discussing this yesterday, a sudden earthquake occurred, and it really helped. It was in Hokkaido here.
Oh, wow.
And when we were discussing about how I was feeling the earthquake actually helped us kind of grasp, the energy of Aragami. So yeah,
Wow.
nature is contributing as well.
Mina-san, did you have more to say, or are you finished?
あ、皆さん他に、言いたいことありますか？
ないです。あ、さっきの
なんか
英語にしてくださったんですね。
Oh,
はい。
ありがとうございます。
あ、でももしフィックスできたんだったら、それ今流しても大丈夫ですけど。
English translation. Hi, today I felt that we were all sharing the same space, and I could really feel this vibrant, exciting energy, as if life itself was expressing and coming alive. I'm really looking forward to creating one story together with everyone from here.
arigato. I'm just going to put on, oh, perfect. And Maxwell.
Um, it was just great to see the creative energy from everyone, which was really lovely. I really liked the tree. I really liked the water, even having elements of the meditation, the guided meditation. So lots of amazing creative ideas. So glad that I got to see them all.
Thank you. And Aaron.
Yeah, I was kind of joking with folks on the way in here about being introduced as the technologist, right? Um, but my form of being a technologist is mostly with code and online and on a laptop and just seeing the other forms of technologists where you've got like machines and trees in the middle of your living room. It's like, yeah, it's very inspiring.
Thank you. Richard.
Hey. Oh man, that was so nice to see everyone's enthusiasm and dedication to their part of the story and what they've come up with and how different all of the efforts and angles are that we took. I also thought Dennis's portrayal in the beginning was pretty fantastic and really helped get me in the mood to get me into the story. And then the last in Team Four's when the light went through the forest, that was very striking to me to see the drone light moving through and the trees lighting up and getting that sense of depth. That was really cool looking. But
Wonderful.
yeah, so much great stuff.
Margarita.
Hi. I thought it was really interesting to see the different approaches and the different way everyone connected to the story. Um, but they all had something in common. You could feel the energy that each team has brought to the table. My most favorite, or actually, I loved all of it, but the tree with Paulina at the end. I just love trees in general, and I felt like that was how I envisioned the portal was like this big circle of light that you can walk into, and then having the tree mirror that, the light and the just, I don't have the words to describe it, but I thought that fit in perfect with my vision of it. So it's like somebody else created something that I felt already connected to.
Thank you. Paulina.
Thank you for the kind words. It means a lot. And I really like how we started today, before the Christian came, sorry. It was very funny, I think. I think it was, and Jasmine made my day, telling that there is an actress looks like me, exactly, who do forensic, not an actress, forensic specialist, something. So that was like the highlight of my day, I think. And also, thank you, Dennis, for the joy you brought today to all of us. I think the team three got me thinking, because I did not expect that origami could be water. So thank you for this food for mind Like I need to think about that. And I also, Maxwell, your voice. That was something. So yeah, thank you for that. That was very interesting. If we will, we'll need a voiceover. I know, like who to call. Yeah. Thanks.
Great. And Karu-san, let's go back to you since we didn't get to hear you properly because you cut out.
I'm so sorry, like my Wi-Fi get down and I'm from the iPhone, so なんだろう。ちょっと待ってね。ちょっと iPhone になっちゃったから、ちょっと待ってね。I'm going to use the ChatGPT also. 今日、また、あら、ダメだわ。無理でした。どうしようかな。もとこさん、ごめんなさい。ちょっと手伝ってもらっていいですか？
いいですよ。はい。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
どうぞ。はい。
はい。なんだろう。なんか、皆さんのアイデアを伺って、なんか、富士聖地で、なんか、こう、それらがこうどう展開されるのか、なんか考えたらすごく楽しみになりましたっていうことだけでいいので、はい、お願いします。
So listening to each of your ideas made Kaoru-san thinking about how to kind of bring that into the Fuji Sanctuary setting. And she was very excited about bringing all your ideas into Fuji Sanctuary.
ありがとうございました。ありがとうございました。
Wonderful. So thank you all. I know we went over our time, so I appreciate that everyone could stay. And two things. Now that you've met the other teams, while we work towards the showcase, there's two things I want you to think about. How could how your scene ends or begin be assisted with the chapter before or after you? So you have some idea. So now you can contact. So like as we're chapter 2, we might reach to chapter 1 and say, "Hey, how are you all asking those questions at the end, or what is going on?" So that we can incorporate, maybe they can give us a little gift at the end. So we're just a little bit, think about that transition between each chapter, and we'll ask the same. So now that you know each other, I think I'll make sure with Steph. I don't know if you all have access to each other's teams, but I think we can give access to the other teams. But that's one question. How can you connect with the ideas? The second thing to think about is, because part of what we're trying to do is that we are bringing people that may be all around the world to experience a piece of Fuji Sanctuary. So most likely they're going to come in some sort of virtual way, and then there might be like projections and physical things that we can do there. But when you're thinking about the experience just for the showcase, how can we demonstrate something on Zoom? And if that means that we have figured out, like chapter 2, some sort of background scene, we'll share it with you all so that maybe you can use it. Maybe you don't have to. But the idea is, what is like a little piece of what your experience you've been thinking about? How can we carry or test something out online? Because the idea is that we really want to bring people from all over the world to Fuji Sanctuary. And at this moment, not everyone can physically fly. So how can we be imaginative in our experience to bring them there? I think when I look across everyone, what we all did, there are clues across everybody's experiences. So start to think, what can you take or borrow or remix so that we can bring all these different people from around the world. And the first group will be us. We are the first group right here from all over the world coming to do that. So those two questions, how can you connect to the chapter before and after? And how can we bring everyone with some sort of like virtual experience that can also have a physical component to this experience? So with that, I hope that everybody does something to celebrate and enjoy the fact that we got this far. It takes a lot of courage. We went through a lot of uncertainty. I know on behalf of Radiant Iris, we are all figuring this out together. And so we really appreciate each of these travelers that are coming in and really exploring something new that's never been done before. So really, from the bottom of our hearts, thank you for coming into this uncertainty and coming into this sense of play. It's really what I feel we can offer the world at this time when there's so much intensity and uncertainty going on in the world. So with that, let's close with just one moment of silence and just having gratitude to Mother Earth that's allowing us to play, to Mount Fuji that's giving a place for us, and to each of us. And after 1 minute of silence, I will close the room. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
ありがとうございます。